United States government does not give in to demands, does not pay hostage, does not pay ransom. But how is what the Jordanians are talking about doing any different than what the United States did to get the release of Bergdahl, releasing prisoners held at Guantanamo Bay to the Taliban, which is clearly a terrorist organization?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you aboard the Thursday edition of the Steve Malzberg Show. This administration is really detached from reality. We know it. They know it. But they get away with it most of the time. But Jonathan Karl, ABC News, was pressing Eric Schultz, White House Deputy Press Secretary, yesterday, as you heard, saying, you say the U.S. doesn't deal with terrorists, but, you know, didn't the U.S. do that when they got Bo Bergdahl out for 5 Taliban terrorists? Well, you see, the U.S. doesn't believe that the Taliban are terrorists. No, watch.
The Taliban is still conducting terrorist attacks, so you can't really say that the war has ended as far as they're concerned.
Well, I'd also point out that the Taliban is an armed insurgency. ISIL is a terrorist group, so we don't make concessions to terrorist groups. We feel
the Taliban is a terrorist group?
I don't think that the Taliban is an armed insurgency. This was the winding down of the war in Afghanistan, and that's why this arrangement was dealt. Our view is, as the President said at the time, which is, as Commander-in-Chief, when he sends men and women into armed combat, he doesn't want to leave anyone behind.
Oh, leave no alleged deserter behind. I see. Ladies and gentlemen, and cut with the Taliban garbage, will you? Taliban. They're the Taliban. I know President Obama likes to call them Taliban. That must be the Islamic appropriate way, or showing deference to the group in question. They're not a terrorist group, says Mr. Schultz. They're an armed insurgency. Oh, an armed insurgency who throw acid in the face of little girls who want to go to school. I get it. Thanks for making that distinction. We have a very sick administration who make very sick statements that fly in the face of common sense and are nothing but political correct nonsense. These statements are garbage and nonsense, and they're going to get us killed one day because we don't call our enemy what they are. We don't identify our enemy. We make excuses for others who are our enemy. But this is who Obama is. When he was asked by ABC News years ago during his first term, at the beginning, what do you envision as victory in Afghanistan? He said, well, I think it was Charles Gibson. Well, Charlie, I don't like to use the word victory because it invokes memories of the Emperor of Japan signing a surrender agreement in World War II. Oh, we couldn't have that. No, we couldn't have victory, right? That would be bad. The Muslim world wouldn't like it if we had victory. I'm sure that's what Barack Obama would tell us. It would be too insightful. They may resort to violence in the streets, and we couldn't have that. So we'll never have victory for the United States because the Muslim world wouldn't like it. Whew. I'm telling you. Now, if you think a President Hillary Clinton is going to be better, think again. There are now secret tapes that have been confirmed by the Washington Times, reviewed by the Washington Times, authenticated by the participants on the tape. So we're working under the premise here that these tapes are real because the participants on the tape say, yes, that's us. What tapes? In 2011, when Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, apparently reportedly led by Hillary Clinton, led the charge against Muammar Gaddafi, who was fighting an uprising during the Arab Spring, fighting for his regime's survival. No, I'm no fan of Gaddafi. But Hillary decided that Gaddafi, or at least put forth the false story that Gaddafi would resort to all kinds of mass murder and genocide in order to keep his power. And to prevent that, she supposedly convinced Obama and the UN that the U.S. had to act. And act we did. We fought on the side of the rebels, the terrorists, Al-Qaeda, and that's why we got rid of Gaddafi. Now, senior Pentagon officials and one senior Democratic congressman were so afraid of what Hillary was doing, according to this report and these tapes, that they went and spoke to Gaddafi's son. Okay? And Gaddafi's son said, this is crazy. Hillary's making this stuff up. We're not doing this. And this is a huge story. Hillary leading us into an unnecessary war in Libya. And look what the result is. Look what the result is. Another Muslim radical extremist stronghold. That's what this administration is best at. And if the Republican candidate for president doesn't take this story and throw it in Hillary's face and make her explain it again and again and again, then he or she deserves to lose. We're coming back with David Drucker of the Washington Examiner.